Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode and a special episode of the Anime Dudes and Anime Dads podcast. My name is Bjorvio, and I am here on this wonderful day thinking of horrible places to be when it's raining. Here, I also have the anime dad as well as a few other guests. So we'll come back to the rain thing here in a little bit. But somebody out there is going to put a pin in this, and I need to know who that is. If that's you, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, we have some very special guests and a steady of the shows. Let's go first with the regular, and that would be
The anime dad, and it'll be terrible for it to be raining if you are in a bucket, a human-sized bucket, um, with no holes. Back to you,
you see
Bjorvio.
that's really good. My answer would be I was gonna say it's gonna be really awful to rain in a cave because first off, you have nowhere to go. Second off, you're probably gonna get swept off by the water in the rain at some point in time. And number three, how'd the water get in there? It's probably filtered through a bunch of stuff. So I guess it'd be clean, or it could be really, really toxic. And you know what? We're not going to know unless this happens to somebody. So some people who it has probably, I'm not going to say it has 100% not, but probably not happened to are our wonderful guests today from the Characters Journey podcast. And I will let them introduce themselves. Whichever one of you would like to go first, tell us where's a bad place to see some rain in addition to your names.
Hello. I am Chibi Joe, and my partner, the other guest, we do a podcast ourselves, and I think it would be the worst place to rain if you are in a dimension of hydrophobic material.
Don't hate that. That's actually makes very logical sense. Okay. And now for your partner.
Does
That's a
it?
very Chibi Joe answer. I'm Sav. Hello. It's like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Exactly when you said it. I'm like, yeah, that tracks. I feel like it would be horrible to be a little tiny mouse in a little tiny sugar house and having it rain on top of that little sugar house. It would melt.
But then it would turn into like a liquid sugar, which sounds
Right.
really nice because I haven't had lunch. But that's a good point.
Unless
If you
the
were a little
mouse is
tiny
diabetic.
mouse. Yeah, exactly.
I
It's an
didn't,
epidemic.
I didn't think of it that way. Well, no, it's
Epidemic.
it's great to have you two here, and we haven't had a guest
Gee,
on
thanks.
a little bit. Biorvio, Biorvio, it is brilliant to have you here. It's great to have them here. Okay, a step above, but that's okay. They might increase their rank throughout the show itself. Now, what I'm
That's
gonna
my goal.
it should be what am I gonna do? This to begin things, me and Bjorvio are going to say one question each. I'm going to pump out my questions to Sav, and Bjorvio is going to pump out his to Chibi Joe. So I'm going to do my first question to Sav, and you have to answer the first thing that comes to your head. It's quick fire questions. Does that make
Oh
sense?
boy. Yes.
All right. So I'll do one, and Bjorvio pump out one. I do one until we've both done five each. So Sav, what's your favorite country in the world?
Oh no, France.
Hmm.
I get really nervous. I'm
Chibi,
sorry.
oh, you're good. We thrive on this. Chibi Joe, what is your favorite animal that only walks on two legs?
Kangaroo.
Nice. Sav, if you were an ant, okay, and you didn't have a colony, what would be another animal that you befriend and another animal that you marry?
Oh wow, I would marry a dragonfly, hands down.
Hmm.
And I think I would find my house with a colony of crickets.
That sounds lovely, even though it sounds really noisy. Bjorvio?
Okay, so you wake up on a deserted island with hair that is 4 foot long, and you need to give yourself a haircut. And but there are no scissors. There's a bunch of random items on the beach, though. So what would be something you would give yourself a haircut with that's randomly on a beach?
A sharp rock.
Okay.
Sounds relatively painful, but I'm here for it.
Barbarian.
Sav, my question for you, did you wash it?
Yes.
Good. All right, Bjorvio. So,
If you could have 2 wishes on the eternal dragon, and then somebody ran up and wished for an unlimited supply of mayonnaise, and your wish had to be related to their wish because Shinron was in a very sassy mood that day, what would your wish be?
Infinite garlic parmesan.
My man. My man.
Final. I'm going to give final 2 questions this time. Sav, let's say you had 3 people in front of you, but you only had 1 flower. The flower was slightly poisoned, but it would increase someone's abilities by 10%. You've got your best friend, one of your parents, and Chibi Joe. Who are you giving the flower to?
Okay, how poisonous?
It'll give the person diarrhea for 3 days and vomiting for 6.
Yeah, Chibi Joe, easy.
I already have IBS. I already deal with it.
Yeah,
It's
you got this,
fine.
man. I have got
That's called
you.
a Tuesday.
I've been trading my whole life for this moment.
Finally, it can be worth something.
All right. So now it is my turn. Okay. Chibi Joe. You your whole life you've decided you've really wanted to be an astronaut. You go into space, you land on this planet, and they're very welcoming to you. The only problem is they hate the color orange. And you're holding an orange. What could you possibly do to get them on your side while holding this orange?
Good question.
I would just throw away the orange and also demonize the orange. Scurvy be damned.
Political warfare. I'm here for it.
Exactly.
That actually stole my last question, Bjorvio. That was my question, but I will make up another one. Sav, let's say Kid Goku, Kid Gohan, and Sailor Moon go to a restaurant. What do they order?
Ooh, Kid Goku orders everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sailor Moon would order like just some ramen. She seems like the type.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kid Gohan probably quickly behind. Not everything. He would leave one thing off, probably like an appetizer, but pretty much everything else.
Nice, good answers so far. And Bjorvio.
Okay, Chibi Joe, here we go. You are entering into the 23rd World Budokai Tenkaichi Tournament, or Tenkaichi Budokai. I always forget which one actually comes first. We'll deal with that later. Anyway, you are entering it. You get into the semifinals, and you are facing a guy that doesn't have a nose, and he is bald. And the first thing he says when you see him is he says, Destructo Disc, okay? So my question is, what is your signature move that you do to counter the Destructo Disc?
From TN.
I jump.
That's true, because the Destructo Disc has really never hit a target except for... No, it really hasn't.
No, it hasn't. Never
except
hit
for
a target.
except for Frieza's tail, but I don't know if that's in the anime or just the manga.
I think
Poor
it's...
Krillin.
I think it's anime.
It's an anime.
Yeah.
But that
Oh
was
wait, no,
second
Frieza's
for
Destructo
Frieza.
Disc did something. It cut himself in half.
Yeah, it did. Well, great
Had to lose some weight.
Great answers, you two. Really, really good. You passed the test and you rank up to level 2, which is you're a knight at this point. But for the people that for the people listening, we're just going to ask you some questions now based around what you do, what you talk about in the podcast, and what your favorite color is. The first question, though, what's your podcast about? Why did you start it? And how are you two connected?
Bro, that's like 3 questions.
Oh boy. Well, actually, it
There's
kind of all
commas.
rolls together. Yeah, there's commas
does.
in that one. So I don't know, Chibi Joe, do you want to start? You want me to start?
Sure. Our podcast is called the Character's Journey Podcast, and it's basically just over analyzing like character psychology or character development throughout a show. Our first episode was about Patrick Bateman from American Psycho because we wanted to just start off strong, I guess. We made it because we've been on hiatus. We're writing a book. We're writing a fantasy romance novel. And so we were on hiatus, and I'm like, I don't know who started the conversation, but one of us was just like, let's do a podcast about character psychology because we're just
I think
both equally passionate.
we were deep diving about our main characters, and you had said something like, if we started a podcast, it would definitely be about deep diving on character psychology. And then I was like, okay, and like drew up like a plan and sent it to him later that night. And then we just started, and
Yeah.
here we are. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
we actually met because I am a voice actor. I was looking for some auditions. He had posted an audition. I submitted for the audition. Tale as old as time. I got cast, and I think, I think I started to irritate him a little bit with all of my questions because I'm also a theater major, so it's literally my job to overanalyze a character. And I would just send him like a ton of questions, and my character had like 4 lines, but we just never stopped talking. And here we are.
That's so cool. That's awesome. Wow. Cool story. And it's a really interesting concept, your podcast as well. It's a podcast that I haven't started listening to yet, but I'm really pumped to start listening to. Now, Sav, you said you were a theater major. Have you been in any theater shows?
I have, yeah, I've done a couple of operas, which is always an interesting experience. I've done a lot of straight plays mostly, but I definitely have a passion for Shakespeare as well. Really, really love Shakespeare and anything Shakespearean.
Give us a Shakespearean quote right now.
Oh boy, wow. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
That's very sweet, and I've got
Very
my wife.
nice.
My wife's right here, so calm down, Sav. But that's
Oh,
okay.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
just joking. I'm just joking. What are your thoughts on Sav? What are your thoughts on Northwest's performance in The Lion King?
I am so happy that she was able to put herself out there because it's not easy. However, I don't think she was the right pick.
Yeah, good. Let's leave it there.
I'm
That
trying
was
to be as nice as possible.
that's good. Good wording. Chibi Joe, you haven't been in theater. What motivates you or interests you in main characters? What's your background?
I am also a voice actor. I've been a voice actor since I was 17. I've always loved writing and just creating characters. Even like when I was like 6, 7 years old, I was like coming up with stuff. So like character creation and coming up with stories has always been a part of my life. And I actually started wanting to be a voice actor because I saw a fan dub of Final Fantasy VII, which is my favorite video game of all time. And I went, well, shoot, I can do this. And so I did. And so here I am.
That's
And
awesome.
so I just always love studying characters. Why do I like this character? Why do I think this character is bland? Why do I, hate this character? Why do I love to hate this character?
And
What about this is appealing?
have you done much work in voice acting? Have you tried anime at all, or?
A lot of it's more of just amateur stuff, and I really like creating more than I like auditioning.
Awesome.
That's fair.
Yeah, I do a lot of audio dramas. I've got 2 going on right now. I've finished 2 because I finished Frostbite and I finished New Moon Academy, which is the one Sav auditioned for as Elaine Farah.
Elaine Farah.
Beautiful.
And so yeah.
Well, you guys seem to have a cool chemistry. Just the way you talk to each other, it seems real cool. Let's get a bit of an improv scene going because I'm keen to hear your voices. Decide on a voice that you got beautiful speaking voices. Decide on a character, and let's say Chibi Joe is a shopkeeper, and Sav is coming in to purchase
He loves playing shopkeepers.
Oh, really?
Yes!
It's like a
It's my dream.
That's hilarious. Sav's coming in.
Anime Dudes podcast, making dreams come true.
That's our tagline.
That is actually. That is. Sav's coming in, but she needs to. But Chibi Jo does not have the item she wants. But Sav is adamant that he does. And Sav starts. Go.
Hey man, you knew it was gonna be this one, right? Like, you knew I was coming. I really need that elixir that you had for sale yesterday. I saw it in the paper, and it was like, I think it was like $10 off. But if I missed the sale, that's totally fine. Totally understand.
Well, good lady, I have the unfortunate news that we sold out. We're not gonna get another shipment until next week, but we sold out. The sale was a lot more profitable than we first assumed, but yeah, I don't have the elixir.
Okay, that's all well and good. Thank you. I'm suffering from a bit of laryngitis right now, so I appreciate you still recognizing my femininity while treating me with respect. It's very kind of you. I saw on the app though that you still have 2 in stock. So don't play me.
Bjorvio is the manager.
I know you set them back.
When you're ready, Bjorvio, come on in.
Maybe. Okay. I don't want to argue with you. You seem very lovely. I'm gonna bring in my manager because we don't have them.
But the
I
app,
heard we don't have them, and I'm not okay with that. So, excuse me. Now, what exactly are you claiming that we do have versus what we don't have? The customer's always right. So if you say we have it, then we have it. Okay. So what is it?
Yeah. So you guys had these elixirs for sale. It was the Magenta Dream elixir. It was on sale yesterday for like $10, but I saw on your app that there were 2 left in stock, and I have a feeling that your employee over here is hiding them.
Well, here's the thing. I can confirm I just came from the back, and you're wrong. I said the customer's always right. You're wrong. Here's the thing. That's the problem with that. Then here's the way I know is because the problem with that elixir, you see these luscious locks here on my head?
Yeah,
Those didn't just come out of the blue, okay? We
knew.
both had one this morning before breakfast. And here's the thing, okay? Wait, did you drink yours?
I was going to, but then my wife called
smell it.
and
So what I'm hearing is we have one for sale.
well, yeah, but you gifted that to me.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm going to ungift it because the customer's always right, okay? How about
knew it.
instead, I'm going to give
Only
you...
in taste. Only in taste.
Okay, okay, here's the thing. You come back with that attitude, I'm going to fire you again, okay? Here's what we're going to... And I say again because you remember how I fired
can't
you last
afford
week
that,
and
man.
I hired you back. I know, but here's the thing. I'll give you another one. This one is going to give you the ability to see into the future by 0.02 of a second, okay? So it's just as good, I promise.
That's the blue
Okay.
one. I heard about that one.
Okay, I'll take the blue one then. She could have the Magenta Dream.
Scene. Very good. Very good. You guys are good. And the laryngitis was a good throw in there. And Chibi Joe, I could picture you being a clerk really well, and your manager, even though he's a bit of a hard bum, you did well.
He takes care of his employees though.
He seems, I suppose he gave you something for free. That was really important.
Yeah.
On
I
that
heard you guys
top,
get good benefits.
Don't tell my manager, though.
on that topic, Chibi Joe, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation. Like short, like
Good choice.
a night crawler, like short range teleport.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And Sav?
I always wanted to turn invisible.
Yes.
That's a good one too. I like that. Which of you are watching My Hero Academia at the moment? Well, it's Sav.
Both of us technically.
Okay.
Currently in season 4, and I'm very much late to the game with anime watching. But my husband deeply protective over Deku. It's so sweet. He loves Deku. And I have had my heart broken far too many times to count at this point.
You dang nerd.
It's a hard watch. It's a hard watch.
Stupid Deku.
It's challenging.
Oh, Bakugo, no.
But it's special. Bakugo is absolutely incredible. But you're right. You have to.
Hacha,
You're
no.
dang right. The main character over here.
If you two were a duet, or had to give a duet as a song, what song would you sing? And say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
My Way.
But yeah,
Oh, really?
my way.
You both think I say the same thing?
Wow.
Yeah,
Why?
Were you really?
yeah. Because it's the only song I could probably sing effectively. I don't have a
I knew
great
it
range.
had to be a Sinatra. It had to be Sinatra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And Bjorvio, I want to add another improv scene because that was a lot of fun. You guys did so well. Let's do an oldie but a goodie. Bjorvio is a recruiter for a hero agency. You two are provisional heroes, okay? Coming in, you have weird, strange quirks, but you need to try to sell them to this hero recruiter to try to jump on board, all right? On his agency. Chibi Joe, start talking to Bjorvio. Go.
Okay, so I know that like there's already a cat-based team, right? But none of them have a cat-based quirk. So, yes, I have a tendency to shed my tail, but like I have really good agility. I can somewhat see at night. I like to sleep a lot, but only for 18 hours a day. But I have a really cool name. Kuroneko.
Now, the
And the
only
kids-
thing that I'm a little bit concerned of is, do you cough up hairballs regularly, or is that some kind of attack? I'm not sure. Can you please enlighten me?
So it only happens once a month. It's not pleasant. I'm going to the doctors for it. So hopefully in a year's time, if my insurance pays for it, it'll be fine.
Okay, just please try and not do it in the middle of a villain fight. But hey, you sound cool enough to me. I think I'll let you in.
Oh my goodness.
your-
Sav's next.
Your partner, on the other hand, might need a little more convincing.
It's like really good. I'm like, wow. Hi, I'm Sync Ships, and my quirk is loose lips. And pretty much what that means is I can mimic any voice that I hear. But if I do it too much, my lips do fall off. But it's okay because they grow back.
And
It's
if
not
you
funny.
don't
I don't know why
mind
I'm
me
laughing.
asking, if you don't
Mhm.
mind me asking, how long do these painful processes of regenerating your own lips take?
Like 7.5 hours.
Oh, well, that's nothing. But if they were to, let's say, get accidentally ripped off by a villain, would they still regrow anyway?
Yeah, but that would probably take like 8. That's like a lot of trauma to the face, you know what I mean?
Oh, but yes. Well, I think a lot of people would
Yeah.
probably try and put you in the support crew. But
true.
I'm feeling very generous today.
She's
I'm
mimicking
gonna
your
put you
voice.
in the hero course.
She just mimicked.
so much.
Never mind, you're in. Anyone that mimics Thick Thunder is automatically in.
Very good.
I thought that was an echo. I was like, what is that? Is my mic echoing? And then when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, that was really good.
I just thought I thought Dory was here. I'm trying to call a whale, but that was really beautiful. Very good, very good job. Yeah, you guys are very good at this sort of thing. Do you do improv on your show?
No, but we do play Dungeons and Dragons together. And I think that a lot of that kind of comes from there. It's a lot of practice.
Of course. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, let's chuck another improv scene in there because our fans love improv. Now we're gonna we're gonna do the alphabet game. Make up a story.
Yeah.
You guys know the game?
Yes, I saw it on Bjorvio's live.
Yeah, Bjorvio is amazing at it. So Sav, you start with A.
When I remember what letter comes next.
and then we'll go down the line. You, me, Bjorvio, and Chibi Joe. Let me just see if I've got an alphabet in front of me because I don't have to go through it in my mind. I do not. All right, go Sav.
Actually, I think it's better if you pull one up.
Butts? Oh my goodness, why did I just start really badly? because pulling one up is the way to go. But I think rather than pulling one up, I'm gonna phone a friend. Ring ring.
Can't talk right now. Eating a really spicy burrito. Don't eat it! Somebody else.
Don't eat it.
No, don't eat it.
Ew.
For goodness sake, Bjorvio. I tried calling yesterday and you were doing the same blimmin' thing.
Good night. It hurts so bad. Why did I get the extra salsa? Oh my gosh.
How did you eat 37 of them?
Just sheer willpower, I guess.
Jericho is your safe word, Bjorvio. Shout Jericho if you need help.
Keep telling me that. I'm gonna need to remember it in the next 10 seconds. Oh my gosh.
My Lord and Savior, it is everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Oh, it's not on the roof. That's weird.
Paint. We're gonna need to paint the walls after this.
You.
Que pasó?
Other languages do count.
Rest assured, it's not as bad as you think.
Surely a painter wouldn't be too expensive. And what I think we could paint it a beautiful color. What do you think, Bjorvio? What color would you paint your house?
Teal. Obviously. I mean, what I want my house to stand out from everyone else's in the neighborhood. And who else has a teal house? Who, I ask you?
Chartreuse is a better color.
Vermilion is my favorite.
Ooh. Weird. That's my favorite too.
X-Men, somebody call the X-Men. I can't reach the roof of my house to paint it teal.
You know I'm the X-Men, right?
Zapped. My energy is zapped.
Very good. I'm so glad I didn't get the Z. That was amazing. Well done, you guys. I'm an X-Men was great. And Chibi Joe, you said something there that sounded like an anime voice character. I forgot what it was, but you sounded like Deku crossed with Bakugo crossed with Eraserhead, and I liked it. Now, the next on
That's quite the combo.
It's a cool
mashup.
It's a mashup that I'd want to see if they fused. If they fused, I think, yeah, it'd be my new favorite character as long as it has Mario's Peach. All right, let's get into our next thing on the list, which is a few more questions before a final improv scene. Now, Sav, what do you like about? So your fantasy novel that you're writing, fantasy romance novel. Who are the main characters?
They are actually. It's funny you ask. Elowen is my D&D character. She was the first D&D character I ever created. She is a crazy psychotic wood elf, but very, very pretty. So, that makes up for it a little bit. And then we have Kelp that I'll let Joe talk about.
Kelp Stinson was a character I created originally for a one shot, and everyone just kind of fell in love with him, including myself. And he is the next to be basically the ultimate authority in everything Arcana, the Arcane Supreme. He is both raised and trained by the current Arcane Supreme, Master Lila of Daylin.
Beautiful.
Their story also, they've kind of shared it with me some over the past couple of weeks, and it's really, really solid. It's really good. I'm
Thank you.
kind of like hanging on the edge of my seat every time they're talking, and as you know, Anime Dad, I am a sucker for a good romance,
You are, and your seat
which is why I like Spy Family.
Yeah, Spy Family is the best romance there is. It's incredible.
Yes.
Anya and Peanuts, you mean?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That sounds really wonderful. What's the ETA? When's it going to be done, Sav?
Oh boy. We're hoping to have it published sometime next year, but we really want to make sure that it's perfect because Kelp and Elwyn deserve the world. So it'll get done when it gets done, but hopefully next year sometime.
That's special. That sounds really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to reading it. I mean, you sound very passionate about it the way you talk. Now, their voices, obviously, they're derived from a D&D campaign. What are their voices? Maybe Chibi Joe? What's Kelp's voice?
So Kelp's voice originally was kind of like the nerdy anime, like oh man, I'm Kelp Stinson, the next Arcane Supreme. But then I'm like, maybe not, because he's well into his 20s. So I'm like, well, let's lower it a little bit. So I just kind of animate up my voice and it says, hi, I'm Kelp Stinson. I'm the next Arcane Supreme.
Very good. Sounds like an older Deku in a cool way.
Yeah.
Sav?
Elwyn is more of this range and cadence. She speaks very fluently and mellifluously, but does not really have the intelligence to back it up, which is always very surprising when people listen to her talk. But she does have the tendency to call everybody dear, darling, or dearest, or love sometimes. Only one person gets love, but on occasion she will use it.
That's cool. They sound amazing. And I heard there's a new character coming into your book. His name is Prickle, and he sounds like this. Bjorvio.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Prickle, and my favorite thing in the whole world is to take out my beard hairs, stuff them in pickles, and use them as my arcane focus for my wonderful sour magic. It's actually more effective than you think it would be.
See, Kelp, and you wonder why I don't like magic, and you have people like this running around.
Look, sometimes magic can come out in different, like a bard. Bards can read poetry, music. Sometimes wizards use their beard hairs and pickles.
Well, yes, of course. And you know what the
either.
nice thing is? You always have a nice bookmark, whether it's a long beard hair, whether it's a pickle. Though I recommend pickles for other people's spell books because they get a little messy in yours sometimes. But hey, that's also what that one spell that helps clean everything up is. I'm sorry, I started here like last week. Magic is not my strong suit, though I do know Fireball.
Right.
Don't use that in the school, please.
The cleaning spell? Yeah, you're right. That's what the first years are for.
You let him in. This is your decision.
We will.
Oh, actually, the door was wide open.
I'm
Also,
going
you're
to
trespassing.
fire Bull Bashir the next time I see him.
Would you like a pickle for the road then? I promise
Not
this one
yours.
doesn't have any beard hair or doesn't have any beard hair or magic in it.
You know, a pickle with beard hair sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I don't know where I came up with that.
Prickle.
You said prickle, and that's what popped in my head.
Wow, beard hairs, Prickle.
Yeah.
Well, my girls, my daughters, every time I give them a kiss goodnight or anything, they say I'm too prickly, so that makes sense. I'm gonna throw in some pickles as well, and we'll see what happens. Very good though, very good
Magic.
voices, very good improv, and I'm pumped to see how that goes. We need to do a one shot sometime. I've been called
Yeah.
the greatest Dungeons and Dragons player since this morning.
Mercer.
Immerser. Yeah. No, I played one shot with Bjorvio and it was so much fun. It was so much
No,
fun.
we played two, didn't we? We did
We-
the one with you on the ship. That one was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then I think we played another one. Was that the one where we had to go to
Sunny
go
Strait.
save the water spirit?
Yes, that's true. No, we played two, and they both were incredible and blew my mind, and they were a lot of fun. So I'd love to do. Are you guys both dungeon masters?
I am. Sav is actually preparing a one shot.
Exciting,
Next week.
Sav. Exciting. Oh, that's really,
Yeah.
really cool. Oh my goodness. You guys have such fun, exciting lives. Makes me feel bad about the boring stuff I do. You guys are creative and have friends. All right.
Again, thanks.
um, all right. Well. Before we finish off, Bjorvio, do you have any questions for these wonderful people?
I guess I really just have one quick question, just out of my own curiosity.
5 seconds.
It's a quick question. Okay. Describe to me real briefly your anime journey.
Oh wow. Do you want to go first, Joe?
Sure. I
I'm
started
joking.
watching.
It doesn't need to be 5 seconds. You can do it longer. Take your time.
Hooray!
I started watching everything. No,
I watch anime.
I watched the animes. I started watching Dragon Ball Z, the Ocean dub, when I was like little.
Oh,
And
wow.
then, yeah, with probably, I will say, one of my favorite Vegetas. He is very underrated as Vegeta. I love him because I just love the high raspy voice for Vegeta. And I completely forgot his name, and I feel really bad about that. But oh well, we're moving on.
Was it Brian Drummond?
Yes,
Yep.
I knew it was
That's it.
Brian something. I could not think of his last name, but I also watched like Pokemon, Digimon, Gundam Wing, Rurouni Kenshin. And then like as I got older, I took a break from anime. And then like I was probably 16, 17 years old, and the anime that brought me back and that I recommend to this day for everyone to watch is Durarara. Durarara is so freaking good.
How do you spell that?
Durarara. It
It
is the onomatopoeia. It is the onomatopoeia for a motorcycle sound.
I love it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, we just became best friends because you've seen Rurouni Kenshin. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I've watched it 3 times
Thanks,
all the
Bjorvio.
way through.
Now that
Dude, we're just insulting each other left and right today. My apologies. No, but I think in one of our episodes I did mention, I think it was on our top animes of all time. I think Rurouni Kenshin made my list. But yeah, you and I should do a watch of that sometime. I think you'd really enjoy it.
It's good. It's not like over the top, like mystical or anything. Like there's a little bit of like, I have this special ability, but it's not like,
I would
it's
say
not like
Demon
Dragon Ball
Slayer's probably
Z.
stronger than them, honestly.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
102%, I think. Sav, how did you get into anime?
So I was a little bit touch and go in my 20s with anime. I tried, I watched Beastars, and that kind of hooked me a little bit. And then I watched Agretsuko, and then I was watching a little bit of Attack on Titan, and then I stopped. And then I was really bored at home one day. My husband was on a work trip, and I started watching Death Note. Just purely curious. I was like, oh, everybody really likes this. I fell in love with L immediately. It was a wrap. I was like, I'm done. So you can imagine my heartbreak when we hit the halfway point there. But I remember my husband, he came home from, I like picked him up from the airport. He had come home and I had an episode paused because it was like a 20-minute drive to the airport and back. And he came in and he goes, "Oh my gosh, you're watching Death Note?" And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And he's like, "I haven't seen this since high school. Can I please watch with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I was watching it in sub, and he's like, "Why aren't you watching this in dub? You have to for the voice actors." Like, oh my gosh, at least for L. And I was like, okay, he was right. And then from there, we finished Death Note, and he put on Dragon Ball as a joke because he thought I was going to hate it. No. Very much so. Fell deeply, deeply, deeply in love with Dragon Ball, everything anime. It made me want to be a voice actor, specifically Sunny Straight. He inspired me so much to pursue that.
If I wasn't married, sorry, continue.
It would be Decoro Sensei.
Yes, Sunny Straight would be the guy.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him recently, and I got to tell him that, and just to see the look on his face was amazing. And to this day, he is my big inspiration. And then we just kind of never stopped, and now we're 4 seasons deep in MHA, and
that's awesome.
Crying all the time.
Dragon Ball is actually how me and Sav became friends.
Yeah.
Because she said something, I think you said something about Krillin, and I'm like, oh, Dragon Ball fan. Okay, I got a rant. And so I ranted about Gohan getting like the bad end of the stick for the Buu saga. Yeah. And I just said, this is what I would do if I wrote the Buu saga and like had Gohan as the main focus throughout the entire thing. And then we became friends.
Yeah. Gohan deserved better. And I think he really got his better ending with Superhero. I think they really like gave him the respect and the attention that he deserved.
That's really cool. What cool stories you guys have. That's incredible. And have you watched Assassination Classroom then, Sav?
No, I'm still very much behind, unfortunately, and I'm still playing a lot of catch up. But
if you
that is on my list.
Oh, flip, of course. Sunny Straight just kicks it out of the park. He's absolutely incredible.
That is by far, in my opinion, his best performance.
Yeah.
And I think Sunny Straight even said that is his favorite character he's ever voiced.
He did to us.
Yeah. Very cool.
He's our best friend. But
love that.
No,
I did see your interview on the Anime Dad podcast with him, and that's how I became a fan. I saw that, and I think I liked your Instagram, and I don't know if you remember, but you messaged me and we're like, "Thank you for the like. Be sure to check out our other things." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely, you have a fan." And that was actually our first interaction. I've been following you for since then. I don't know how long ago that was, but
4 years, I think. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh well, that makes me happy. Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. Me and Bjorvio have been talking more than getting voice actors on recently, but we'll jump back on getting voice actors on. But you guys are our first interview of people in a very long time, which has worked out to be real special because you guys are real special. Now, to conclude, I'm going to get you to say one sentence, all right, one sentence of your choosing, and it needs to be something that the fans will need to hear, but not want to hear. Okay? All right. Bjorvio is going to start, and then Joe, and then Sav, and then I will conclude with a plus ultra. Bjorvio, go.
All right, something that they need to hear, but they don't want to hear. Your heart is not set ablaze yet.
Oh, I like it.
Stop having your pity party. Get up, dust yourself off, and move forward.
Very good.
Tom Nook did nothing wrong.
It was a fantastic episode of y'all's podcast, not gonna lie. Fantastic.
I stand by
Dude,
that.
there was so much fun in that.
That was the first episode I listened to, and Y'all convinced me straight up that he did nothing wrong. So hey, consider me a
nothing
believer.
wrong.
Very good. Oh, very good. Bjorvio, take us out with a voice of your choosing.
Well, there's really only one that I would like to do, and then here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Anime Dudes and the Anime Dads podcast. We really appreciate the fact that you came in to listen to this very special episode. And thank you again so much to our wonderful and beautiful guests that are on today. Go check out their podcast. You can find it on Spotify. You can follow them on TikTok and Instagram on their various accounts and their other group account thing. I don't know. I'm a hero. I don't know how to do these things. Anyway. Check in next week where we have another fantastic episode of the Anime Dudes and the Anime Dads podcast. And don't forget to go beyond!
Plus Ultra!